Cardi B melts in tears after Stefon Diggs' surprise for her 33rd birthday. The sun was setting over Los Angeles, painting the sky in soft golds and deep purples, the perfect backdrop for a night the internet would never forget. It was Cardi B's 33rd birthday, and though the world expected another flashy, diamond-dripping celebration, no one, not even Cardi herself, was prepared for the emotional surprise that was about to unfold. 1. The calm before the storm. For weeks, Stefon Diggs, the NFL star rumored to be close friends, and perhaps more, with Cardi, had been quietly planning something spectacular. He knew Cardi's birthdays were always extravagant, the music, the lights, the celebrity guest lists, but this time, he wanted something real. Something that would reach her heart, not just her fame. He worked with Cardi's closest family members and even her team to pull off the impossible, a surprise celebration that blended glamour with genuine love. Cardi, meanwhile, thought she was heading to a small, industry dinner, hosted by Atlantic Records. Dressed in a body-hugging red gown that shimmered under the lights, her hair cascading in waves of honey gold, she walked into what she believed would be a casual affair. But when those double doors opened, her heart nearly stopped. 2. The birthday surprise. The room exploded with the sound of her hit song, I Like It, and hundreds of guests shouted, "Happy birthday, Cardi." Her eyes went wide. Megan Thee Stallion, Offset, Lizzo, and even Beyoncé were there, all grinning. The decor was breathtaking, red roses shaped into a massive 33 crystal chandeliers, and a towering cake dripping with gold frosting. But what really caught her off guard was Stefon Diggs, standing right in the center, dressed in a sleek black tuxedo, holding a bouquet of deep red roses. "Happy birthday, Belcalis," he said softly, using her real name. "Tonight's not about fame. It's about you, the woman behind the crown." The crowd cheered. Cardi covered her mouth, shaking her head as tears immediately welled up. "Boy, what you done did now," she laughed through tears. 3. A trip down memory lane. The lights dimmed. Suddenly, the giant LED screens around the room lit up, showing a video montage Stefon had secretly put together. It started with clips of Cardi hustling in her early days, tiny New York clubs, her first viral videos, her big breakthrough with Bodak Yellow. Then came unseen moments, footage of her laughing backstage, her hugging fans, her being a mother to culture and wave. The last clip played, Cardi, in her studio, crying tears of joy as she finished a track years ago. The caption read, "You didn't come this far by luck, you came this far by heart." When the lights came back on, Cardi couldn't hold it anymore. Tears streamed down her face. The crowd fell silent as Stefon walked up, gently wiped her tears, and whispered, "You inspire millions, but tonight, you deserve to just feel loved." 4. The gift that broke her. He then guided her to the center of the room where a black velvet cloth covered something massive. With a smirk, Stefon said, "This one took me months." He pulled the cloth off, revealing a giant crystal heart sculpture, engraved with the words, "To the woman who turns pain into power, happy 33rd, Cardi." Inside the glass heart was something breathtaking, a golden microphone, etched with the names Culture and Wave along its base. "Oh my God," Cardi gasped. She fell to her knees, crying uncontrollably as the crowd cheered. Even Offset stood in awe, visibly emotional. Stefon bent down, held her close, and whispered, "You built an empire and never stopped being real. This heart, it's everything you are." 5. The heartfelt moment. After she calmed down, Cardi grabbed the mic, her voice trembling. "Yo. I ain't gonna lie, I'm speechless. Y'all know I don't usually cry like this, but tonight." She paused, wiping her face. "Tonight I feel seen. Stefon, you didn't just throw me a party, you reminded me who I am. You reminded me why I started. And I'll never forget that." The room erupted in applause, phones flashing everywhere as the moment spread across the internet in seconds. Within minutes, hashtags like #Cardi33rd Birthday, hashtag Stefon surprise, and hashtag Cardi melts in tears were trending worldwide. 6. A private moment. Later that night, away from the cameras, Cardi and Stefon slipped out to the balcony overlooking the glittering city. The soft breeze carried the faint sound of laughter from inside. Cardi looked up at him and whispered, "You really did all that, for me?" He smiled. "You give the world so much of yourself, Cardi. You deserve someone who gives back, no cameras, no expectations, just love." She took a deep breath, her eyes glistening. "You really gone make me cry again." He chuckled softly, pulling her into a warm hug. "Then cry. You've earned those tears." And for a moment, the world-famous Cardi B wasn't a superstar. She was just a woman, standing in the arms of someone who saw her heart beyond the fame. 7. The aftermath. The next morning, every entertainment outlet was ablaze. Headlines read: Stefon Diggs' emotional surprise leaves Cardi B in tears. Inside the birthday that made Cardi cry, and the gift everyone's talking about. Fans think Stefon and Cardi have something special. But for Cardi, none of that mattered. She posted a simple caption on Instagram under a photo of her holding the golden mic. "You made me feel like more than just Cardi B tonight. You made me feel like Belcalis again." Broken Heart Gemstone hashtag grateful number 33". 8. The internet reacts. Fans across the world couldn't stop talking. Some said it was the sweetest thing they'd ever seen. Others speculated that a new romance was blossoming. Memes, edits, and tribute videos flooded social media. But the one that stood out the most was a slow-motion clip of Cardi crying in Stefon's arms, captioned, "When a man sees your soul, not your status." 9. The epilogue. Weeks later, when asked about the moment in an interview, Cardi smiled shyly and said, "It wasn't about no big party or nothing flashy. It was about being loved right. And that, to me, was the real gift." And as the world kept guessing about what was next for her and Stefon, one thing was undeniable: Cardi's 33rd birthday became one of the most beautiful, emotional nights of her life. Title: Cardi B melts in tears after Stefon Diggs' surprise for her 33rd birthday party popper. The world had seen Cardi B in diamonds, designer dresses, and drama, but never like this. Her 33rd birthday was supposed to be loud, glamorous, and chaotic as usual. Instead, what unfolded was something so emotional, so deeply personal, that even her fans who were used to the rapper's wild antics couldn't believe what they saw. Gemstone: a birthday fit for a queen. Cardi's team had been planning her 33rd birthday bash for weeks. The party was set to take place in a private Beverly Hills mansion draped in gold and blush tones, the kind of over-the-top event only Cardi could pull off. The guest list was a who's who of Hollywood and hip-hop. Offset, Megan Thee Stallion, Lizzo, and even Beyoncé had sent her a massive flower arrangement. But amidst the flashing lights and champagne bottles, there was one person Cardi couldn't stop thinking about: Stefon Diggs. Rumors had swirled for months that the Buffalo Bills star and the Bodak Yellow queen had been spending a lot of time together. Fans had caught subtle hints, a matching chain here, a flirtatious Instagram comment there, but both had remained quiet. That night, though, everything changed. Rose the surprise nobody expected. Just as Cardi thought she'd seen all her birthday surprises, from Offset's awkward but polite appearance to Megan's surprise performance, the lights dimmed. The DJ's music faded, replaced by a soft instrumental. A giant video screen lit up behind the stage. Cardi's manicured hands froze around her champagne glass. The video opened with Stefon Diggs, in a sleek black suit, sitting in a candlelit room, speaking softly. "Belcalis, you always say people see the loud, the funny, the wild Cardi. But I've seen your quiet moments, the woman who prays before bed, who laughs like a kid when no camera's around, who loves hard, even when the world don't always love you back. So tonight, this ain't about the rapper. This is about you." The entire room fell silent. Cardi covered her mouth, already trembling. Then came the next clip, a montage of her most beautiful, unfiltered moments. Footage of her laughing with her kids. Clips of her backstage comforting young fans. Even unseen footage of her giving money to a struggling mother outside a grocery store. Stefon had quietly collected these videos over the past months, working with her close friends and family to create a story, her story. Broken Heart, the gift that broke her down. When the screen faded to black, Stefon walked out from behind the stage holding a single velvet box. He looked nervous, the same NFL star who faced roaring stadiums without flinching. Cardi's eyes widened, and her heart raced. "Oh my God, what's happening?" she whispered. He took her hand and led her to the middle of the stage. "You don't need diamonds, cars, or jets," Stefon said softly. "You just deserve to be loved the way you love, fiercely, loudly, without apology. You've carried everyone else's emotions, and I just wanted tonight to carry yours." He opened the box. Inside was a custom heart-shaped locket. Inside it were tiny engraved portraits, one of Cardi's 2 children and another of her late grandmother, who had meant the world to her. Cardi gasped. "Stefon, how you got these pictures?" she stammered, tears welling up. "Your mom helped me," he smiled gently. "She said your grandma was the reason you never give up. So I wanted you to always carry her with you." And right then, the woman who had rapped about being cold as ice broke down completely. Loudly crying face Cardi melts in tears. Cardi clung to Stefon, sobbing into his chest as the crowd cheered. Her makeup streaked down her face, but she didn't care. Every camera in the room caught her trembling lips whispering, "Nobody ever did something like this for me, nobody." The moment was raw, real, and so unfiltered that even her ex, Offset, looked moved in the corner of the room. Stefon wiped her tears with his thumb, then whispered, "Happy birthday, Belcalis. You deserve peace." Fans online later described it as the most beautiful Cardi moment ever. Hashtags like #Cardi33, #DigSurprise, and #CardiInLove instantly trended worldwide. Dizzy after the party. Later that night, Cardi posted a single picture to Instagram, no caption, no diamonds, no filters. Just her and Stefon, forehead to forehead, tears glistening under the lights. Around her neck, the heart-shaped locket. Within an hour, the post hit 10 million likes. In her Instagram Live That followed, Cardi spoke softly, a side of her fans rarely saw. "You know, people think success makes you happy. But love, that's the real thing. I ain't gonna lie, tonight made me feel seen for the first time in a long time." And with that, she looked into the camera, smiled through her tears, and said, "Stefon, you a real one. You made this Bronx girl cry, and that's not easy." Red heart. The internet meltdown. The internet exploded with reactions. Fans shipped them instantly. Cardi B and Stefon Diggs, any celebrity couple RN fire fire fire. Offset watching like loudly crying face 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 loudly crying face. That locket moment will go down in history. Real love energy. Even celebrities chimed in. Lizzo commented, "I'm not crying, you crying loudly crying face loudly crying face loudly crying face." Megan Thee Stallion posted, "He really said soft life only for my girl loudly crying face clapping hands medium skin tone clapping hands medium skin tone clapping hands medium skin tone." Crescent moon. The morning after. The next morning, paparazzi caught Cardi and Stefon holding hands as they left the mansion quietly before sunrise. No flashy cars. No entourage. Just the two of them. Cardi still wore the same locket, and the same smile. When asked by a reporter if they were official, she laughed and replied, "I don't know what label to put on it yet, but let's just say, he got my heart right now." Stefon chuckled beside her, adding, "She deserves every surprise that makes her smile." And just like that, the internet had a new favorite power couple, not built on scandal or spectacle, but on sincerity, emotion, and one unforgettable birthday surprise that melted even Cardi B's famously fierce heart.
거짓말처럼